Thank you for joining us again for another podcast where creating your legacy is actually your story. And your story is your glory. So we're going to get an opportunity today to meet this young lady that migrated from Kingston, Jamaica to Metro Detroit to go to college. We'll learn a little bit about her journey, what she remembers most about being in Jamaica, and then what she enjoys more or less here that she's been in Metro Detroit for the past couple of years. So we're hoping that you stick and stay and hear her story. Also, that you will subscribe to our channel, share all our stories, like our videos, and leave us some nice positive comments. We do appreciate your time and your energy and the opportunities for us to share space with you. If you know anybody that should be interviewed or interested yourself in being interviewed, please email me at watchusgrowmi@gmail.com. My name is Safeya Chu, and I will be your host today.
Every day I wake up with choices in my hand. I shape the way I move. I choose where I will stand. I don't wait for others to guide what I should do. I lead myself with purpose, with discipline and truth. I lead myself well, my actions show my heart. I lead myself well, responsibility is art. I lead myself well, I lead myself well, my habits keep me strong.
Well, good afternoon out there. So it's actually afternoon here in Metro Detroit, but other parts of the world it may be morning. It may be evening, it may be night. So a warm Caribbean welcome to everybody that's watching this conversation, this storytelling conversation. My name is Safeya Chu, and I will be your host today for the Creating Legacy Through Community Service podcast, where your story is your glory. But before I introduce my guest and chatabaga things, I wanted to ask you at this time to make sure you subscribe to our channel. You share our stories. Please share our stories. Like the videos and also leave some nice positive comments, because if you leave any negative comments, trust and believe, you may get a response. So we'll see how that works out. But welcome, my love. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good, good. Thanks for gracing us with your presence today, and I so look forward to this conversation. I met you a couple months ago at an event that we did, and you and I connected after that, because you actually have me working out again, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I want to first have you introduce yourself to our guests, telling us your name, your full government name, if you have any nickname or any pet names, because you know how Caribbean people do, and what part of the world are you from?
All right, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Safeya Wolcock. I don't have any pet names.
Nobody not call you?
No.
Okay.
I know it's a quite popular thing for people in Jamaica to have a pet name, but I never have one. So.
Okay.
So yes, I am from Jamaica. That's where.
What part of Jamaica are you from?
Kingston.
Okay. Kingston. Tell me, I'm curious about your name, because when I first met you, my name is Safeya, and I looked at it, I was like, is that like a interesting way of spelling Safeya, just the way you pronounced it also? But you told me a little bit behind your name. Can you share that with us?
Yes, so my name actually means pure. It's of African descent. But when I actually went to college and I will tell people my name, they would be like, that's Muslim. As Arabic names. I'm like, okay, yep, I guess so.
Right. But did you do any research behind it?
Yeah, it means pure.
Okay, and it
pure.
is an Arabic name?
I don't remember reading the origin per se, but I remember the meaning. The meaning will always stick with me, that Safeya means pure. But when I was introducing myself to people in college, they were like, that's an Arabic name.
Ah, that's interesting, especially here in Michigan, right? Because we have a very large Arabic community here. So for them to even have just picked that up to be one of theirs, I think is a cool thing.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your memories of Jamaica. You were raised in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Till you went to college,
Yeah.
right? So tell us, shout out your primary school, shout out your high school if you want to.
Okay.
And then tell me some of your great childhood memories there.
Okay, so I went to Our Lady of the Angels Preparatory School, and then I transitioned from there to Holy Childhood Preparatory School, and then my high school I went to Immaculate.
That's my sister's school.
I went to Immaculate High. Regarding my childhood memories, I can't really remember much because growing up I was very sheltered.
Okay.
So I don't really have any core memories per se.
You never play like Dandy Shandy and all of them something there.
I was
Okay.
very sheltered.
Okay,
So
okay.
most core memories would come from like high school because I was on the track team in high
Okay.
school.
Okay.
So most of my time, like after classes were finished, I would spend majority of my time at the field. So those are my core memories, and like going to champs.
Okay, okay.
And a few track meets here and there. So yeah.
What's your specialty?
So in terms of event-wise?
Event-wise,
Yes.
yeah.
So what I did, funny story, I started out on the track team because people would tell me that I felt within myself that I was fat. So I started the track team.
You thought you was what, fat?
Fat.
Oh, fat. Fat, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was at Howley Childhood Preparatory School, people would tell me I was fat and I didn't like how I looked. So I actually started the track team there.
Okay.
I would do running, and then found out I was going to Immaculate, so I said, okay, let me do tracks at Immaculate. So I started out running at Immaculate, and I was slow.
Okay.
And I was wondering, like, everybody else would be going to track meets while I'm a sprinter, and they wouldn't ask me to go to any of the track meets. So I was just sad. So they say, you know what? I'm gonna try her out with the throwing events. So
Okay.
I started out with discus and then shot put, and I was better at those events than I was on with running.
Okay.
So-
So you use your power from your legs to do the throws.
Yeah, well, yeah. So something of the sort. So, yep. So I did throwing events
Okay.
primarily. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You mentioned to me when you and I had conversations in the past about how you got to Michigan.
Yeah.
So I want you to talk a little bit about that, what your deciding factor was, why you chose Michigan out of any other state, you know what I mean? And how did that work out for you, making that choice to come to Michigan?
So, the reason why I decided to pursue higher education abroad was because when I was doing tracks at Immaculate, I saw that majority of the people who graduated, they would go to another school. They go to college in the U.S. to do track and field. So seeing the girls, go get full ride scholarships because of because they were doing tracks in high school and getting full ride scholarships, I was like, okay, let me try this out for myself.
Right.
So I tried it out. I applied to a lot of schools, actually. I didn't do like prior research, like what state I wanted to go to.
Got it.
So I ended up at Eastern Michigan University because one of my track friends, she actually went to Eastern Michigan University from Immaculate.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this out too. So I applied. I didn't get a track scholarship. I got an academic scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes. So
Very nice.
thank you. So I ended
Brain and brawn. Yo.
Thank you. So I ended up getting an academic scholarship, and there was no true deciding factor other than the fact that people were going to college in the U.S. After finishing track in high school. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out. And then my friend Katie, and that's her name, she went to Eastern Michigan University, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply. And then I applied, and I got through.
And you were lucky enough to get through.
I got through.
Think back to the day you traveled from Kingston,
I
Jamaica
remember that day.
to Michigan, and let me see it.
Yes, so that day was quite emotional. My mother, my siblings, my two brothers and my sister, they were all there.
Mm-hmm.
And my father, he flew with me actually to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't go straight to Michigan right away. I went to Connecticut because that's where my grandma was.
Okay.
And we were,
I actually started out in Connecticut.
Oh, did
We're
you?
in Connecticut.
Hartford.
I lived
Yeah.
I migrated to Hartford, Connecticut.
A lot of Jamaicans are in Hartford.
Yes, I know.
So I'm not
It's
quite
right next to
surprised.
New York City, so.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Hartford, Connecticut, where my grandma was, and then we were preparing. And I remember
What time of year was this?
this was August 2021.
Okay, so it's still warm here.
Yes,
Got
August
it. Okay.
2021.
Okay. I thought you were gonna give me a cold story, but keep on going. Yeah.
No, it was warm. I didn't know what I was getting myself into yet. So, yep, I remember we were preparing. I remember getting all the things gathered, and I traveled to Michigan with only 2 suitcases. So my life was in 2 suitcases.
Right. Did you drive or fly?
We flew, my dad and
Okay.
we flew.
Okay.
And then we went to college, and I remember driving there from the airport, and I was like, wow. And then I entered my dorm, and I didn't know what to expect, but definitely was small. The dorm rooms are quite small, and then the beds even smaller.
I want like a rat castle then give for living now.
Right. But I just knew there then and there that this is where life would have begun.
Yeah, different for sure.
Yeah.
How many roommates did you have
So I had
initially your first year?
I had 3 roommates, so it was a suite. So
it was like a quad?
It was a
like
quad.
2 on 1, 2 on, and then y'all shared the living space.
Yep.
Okay.
So 2
okay.
rooms that side, 2 rooms that side. It was 4 of us all together.
What do you think of your roommate?
My roommates initially they were okay.
The first one, the one we agreed in the same space with her.
Oh, so I had my separate room, and my other roommate, she had her separate room. So we were on
Okay.
one side. And
Okay.
to be honest, quite frankly, my roommate, she also went to Immaculate. We were on the same track team.
Small world.
No,
wow.
so we planned this. So like,
Oh, y'all plan? Okay,
planned
I
it.
got
We
it.
planned
Got
it.
it. Got it. Got
yep.
it.
So I
And
would-
y'all were lucky enough to be roommates.
Yep, we planned it
good.
so that we were roommates because we were able to choose our roommates.
Right. Right.
So she was my roommate, and then we had another girl. She was from Canada, and then one from the US. So
Okay.
yeah.
Nice experience. I thought I was going to hear some, and it was so cold. And then me come off of the plane, and I'm to meet me with jacket and all of them something there. But yours is a little more gradual, right?
Yeah.
So now you are in Michigan, and the first winter hit.
Oh Lord, that was a shocker. So my grandma, she actually gave me a it wasn't a heavy duty coat, so that was the coat I was relying on. But then once it finally got like super cold, I'm like, this is not gonna do it. So I ended up buying what's it called, a puffer parfum, or what's it called?
It's a parker or a
par-
puffer.
Something
So
of the
there's
sort.
a puffer coat, but the one that would look almost like bubbles.
Yeah, it was the heavy duty one.
Yeah,
and
the
it was
puffer.
long. It was long. But it
Like
was,
you wrap up in a blanket.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
like
was
a
long.
comforter. Okay.
Yep, it was brutal. I remember seeing the temperature drop below 0. I'm like, what is this? It was awful, like your skin is not used to this kind of temperature.
Your hair
get dry. What else was I not used to? And then I had to be walking in this weather to and from classes. Like there was no escaping. And I didn't have a car, so I couldn't drive. So everywhere, if I wanted food, I had to walk. If I had to go to class, I had to walk. If I needed to go to the library, walk. Like it was, man.
So do a
it's awful.
comparison of, it's always interesting to me, right, what we see on TV about what America is, what college in America is. It's like, to me, it's like a fluff of what this country is. And then when you get here and you get slapped in your face with the reality of it, if you were supposed to give it a grade on 1 to 10, 1 being you did not expect this at all, 10, this is really what I expected, what would you grade it as?
I would say 10. I really was expecting everything that I was faced with.
Wow.
In terms of like the college life.
College, the weather, what America is.
Because I was always traveling to America prior to,
Okay.
moving for college.
Right.
Because my grandma is in Hartford.
Right.
But like the weather, that definitely shocked me for sure.
Right.
Just the weather part.
Right. And you decided to stay in Michigan. Why is that?
Because you probably could, especially if your grades were phenomenal, you probably could have been able to transfer to a warmer state, warmer climate.
I don't know.
Why did you stay in Michigan?
It didn't cross my mind to actually transfer to another college. And I think over time I just got comfortable. And then to think about like starting over in a different college and moving everything, that would have just been a lot for me. So I just decided, okay, I'll just stay. And then I stayed the whole 4 years. Yeah.
Did you go home on your off time or did you stay with your grandma?
So I went to I always went back home during Christmas time.
Oh, for Christmas,
yep,
nice.
Every Christmas I went back home to Jamaica.
So now you're graduate. No, did you meet any Caribbean people while you were in school? Was there a Caribbean organization? How did you find culture and socializing as a Caribbean woman in college?
So while I was there, I met 2 people from Jamaica. Yep. One was on the track. Well, they were both on the track team.
Okay.
Yep. So 2 Jamaican guys. And regarding like Caribbean organizations, there weren't any clubs or organizations on campus for the Caribbean people.
Okay.
They mostly only had like Black community organizations, which I was, a part of for the most part, because I'm Black. So
right.
And the college I went to, they had a strong Black community, though it was predominantly white. We had a strong Black community, so I didn't feel like an outsider.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
That's very nice to hear, because sometimes our students come here and they're so lost in the concept of not finding a welcoming space, right? Not finding somewhere where they can be comforted if they need comfort or assistance with some cultural things. Yeah. So it's nice to hear that you had a great experience. And then you graduated from college and decided to stay in Michigan. What's that about?
Yeah. So it's crazy the reason why I decided to stay. So,
I mean, the world is your oyster.
The world is my
and
oyster.
You decide to stay in like
Michigan. I know. Yeah. So funny story. The reason why I decided to stay was because towards the end of my senior year, I was in a relationship, and I was like, okay, if I'm gonna maintain this relationship, I have to stay in Michigan, right?
Right.
So,
and you thought it was worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ended up finding a job, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stay with this person, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it didn't work out. But that's why I'm here initially.
Okay, that's why. So it's so funny you should say that, right?
Yeah.
So I've done maybe 34, 35 interviews.
Yeah.
And I tell you, majority of them, male or female, Caribbean people, the reason why they came to or stayed in Michigan is over a man or a woman. You know, understand what's going on with the Detroit people, them, why them are hookuno and a keepuno here. Okay, so you got a job in what part of the state? You got a job in Detroit?
Yeah, Detroit.
Okay, you got a job in Detroit. Yes. So you moved from
I was in Ypsilanti.
To Detroit proper.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
How was that move for you? Because you did move in with somebody, or did you move to your own place?
In Ypsilanti, or
no, when you moved to Detroit.
I moved on by myself.
By yourself,
yes.
Okay.
So I had my own space. So
got it.
So before
we're not gonna talk about the smutty way.
No.
Okay.
So right. Before I graduated, I was on campus, and when you're on campus, typically like before school like goes on summer break, you have to move out to your dorm.
Right.
So that time was quickly approaching, so I needed somewhere to stay temporarily. So I had to sublease someone else's apartment for like 3 months.
Okay.
So I had somewhere to stay at least, and then
that was in Ypsi still.
That was Ypsilanti.
Okay.
And then I had gotten the job, so I was commuting from Ypsilanti to Detroit. Yeah, like 3 days out of the week, and that was a lot of gas. So I was like, I need to. One, my lease is ending. 2, like this is a lot of gas money. So
Right.
I was on TikTok, and I ended up finding these lovely, luxurious, modern apartments, and they are well within my tax bracket, like my income,
budget, right.
Yeah, my budget. So it was perfect. Like, yeah. It was
so
perfect.
have you realized now that there's a large Caribbean community in Ypsi? a bunch of Jamaicans, Dominican Republic.
And it's
Folks, yeah, I have friends that live out there.
I didn't know
They have
folks-
restaurants out there. They have clubs out there. Yeah, you were buried in the books. It's all right.
didn't
It's all right, babe.
notice.
It's okay. Yeah, because you were there for a purpose.
Yeah, for school. So I wasn't really branching
Yeah, but
out
there
for-
is a decent-sized Caribbean community out there. Guyanese, folks from DR, folks from Jamaica. Because, you know, Jamaicans, they're everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah. And they do cool festivals and stuff out
Yeah.
there too that are inclusive of Caribbean people and Caribbean music and Caribbean food. So now you are in Detroit proper. How's that experience going for you?
It has its highs and lows for sure, but I would say more highs than lows. Detroit, moving here, I didn't know what to expect, but a lot of people would always say that Detroit is a bad place.
Yeah.
So I had my fair share of that when I just moved here. And regarding like the highs, you know, I was able to find a strong community here because I found a church community that, you know, I really love. And, you know, I never had this many close friends before in my life. You would think, okay, if I'm in college for 4 years, I would have made, you know, some close-knit friendships. I did not. You know, I probably only had like one friend. And then I moved to Detroit and I was no longer in social settings. I was just going to work and I'm like, I feel lonely. So I found a church, went to that church, kept going. I still go to this day and I met friends. I love them. They love me. They really make me whole. They really filled in that missing part of me.
Got it.
So
That's very good. I'm
Yeah.
happy for you.
Thank you,
Extremely happy for you.
thank you.
Now, how did you get introduced to the larger Caribbean community here in Metro Detroit, in Detroit itself?
The larger Caribbean community.
Yeah.
Good question.
Because remember, you had a one-off friend, you had friends from Ipsy that were Caribbean people, right?
Yeah.
You had a 2 friend and a 1 friend, so a 3 friend that. So when you came to Detroit now, how were you introduced into identifying really that there's a Caribbean community here?
Yep. So funny story. To make it a long story short, I had interviewed for a company, the Detroit. Should I say it? Well, I interviewed for a company,
You can call the name.
DEGC,
Detroit Economic Growth Corporation, right?
Yes. I didn't get the job, but somebody who interviewed me, he remembered me, and
You can use his name.
Medvis.
He's a great friend of mine. I actually did an interview with him. Yeah.
Medvis, he, even though I didn't get the job, he kept my name and he reached out to me a couple months after, and he invited me to the immigrant business networking event.
Okay.
Yes, and then that's how I met you, and then
Right.
that's how I was able to know that there's actually a strong Caribbean community here.
Yeah,
in
there's a
Detroit.
decent sized Caribbean community here that does a lot of interesting work, right? Good, bad, and different kind of a thing. So, would you say you have found your tribe or your vibe here in Metro Detroit that will make you stay, barring any other immigration issues or whatever, right? Would you say that this place is comfortable enough for you to make a life here? Or is it where you are not comfortable here, so you would seek to find a home somewhere else?
So I'm comfortable here for the time being, but I don't know where life will take me in the next couple of years. You know, I do probably want to move to another state.
Okay.
But right now I am fine where I am in Detroit. But I would love to move to somewhere warmer because the winters here are brutal. And
And this is nothing compared to, it's actually gotten not better, but yeah, when I first, yeah.
I will never get used to it. No.
Oh, we don't.
No,
You get tolerant of
have
it.
to tolerate it.
Because, right, this is where you chose to live. So you
Yeah.
do the best that you can to make it the best that you can till. Them say them do you can do till you can do better.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm actually dreading the winter to come right now.
Oh, Jesus, no, you're gone too far.
I'm dreading
I guess
it.
July. It's
I
not even
know,
the
but
middle of July. We have some more nice, hot, sunny days, and I see you have been taking advantage of them,
course.
my dear. What do you do now to make sure your body stays healthy seeing that you're no longer in the environment that makes you work out every day because of what you did in track and field, right?
That's a good question, because I know a lot of people who were athletes on the collegiate level, and after college, they found it very hard to stay active because, with college, you have a set routine, you have, coaches, people monitoring you, people monitoring your physical, how your body looks and your nutrition as well. So they found it hard to, maintain that and have something on their own. So for me now, definitely it was different. I always told myself that once I finish track and field in college, I am gonna strive to stay active, because once I get comfortable, I don't want to, lose all the muscle or the stamina or endurance that I once had. So I signed up for a gym. I would make it a priority to go at least twice a week, and then I am now a part of this fitness class group. My friend from church, my church sister, she actually owns the organization. It's a non-profit called City Sweat Club. So
shout out to City Sweat Club. They let you drip, especially on a Monday.
Yes.
The class is called Drip. Trust me.
Yes. So I make use of that.
Okay.
Often.
Very good.
And that's how I stay active. It's important to stay active. Especially now we're young.
Yeah. We young. Yeah, the older we young. We young. Yeah.
Stay active.
So some of the outdoor stuff that you do now that the summer is here and the weather is hot and there's water around. It's not salt water, but it's water nonetheless.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you do in the summer with your friends to enjoy the beauty of Michigan?
Yes, so recently I went kayaking. That was great. We went kayaking.
You never drop. You drop out a kayak?
No, my friend did though twice.
Or a tube. Okay.
I was on a tube. I was in a tube, so that was more comfortable for me. I'm going to a game today.
What kind of game?
The baseball, Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
Yes. I don't understand baseball, but I'm going for the vibe.
There you go. It's a nice vibe. It's a beautiful stadium too. So you'll have a good time.
Park.
Yeah, you'll have a good time.
For sure. Recently I went to a concert, my first concert in the US.
Who did you go see?
I went to see Chris Brown and Usher.
Did you really? Which night? First, second, or third night?
I went the Friday night, so the second night.
The second night. How was that experience?
That was a great experience. And I didn't know what to expect, and it really it blew my mind.
Blew your mind.
It blew my mind.
Nice.
The performance and everything was spectacular for sure. And I actually bought the tickets the day off for $65. 65 US dollars. Yeah.
So we're in the stadium, in the play stadium, because it was at Ford Field.
Yes.
Which is a huge venue.
Yes.
How was the seats?
So I had this section 300 seats. So I was in the far back, but I still was able to see the whole stage.
Yeah, because they had all the huge screens and those kinds of things, so you actually feel like you're closer just from watching. A friend of mine went in the one in Cleveland last night, and he had a blast.
Yeah.
So I felt like I went to the show too, because he sent me all the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do crowds like that anymore.
Yeah.
But if I had like a booth or a suite or something, I would do a show like that just to get the vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
So now, one of the things I want to ask, because you're under 30, right? So you see life through a different lens, for example, myself. And as a community advocate in the work that I do, it always intrigues me as to what our younger community members think legacy looks like for them. So I'm in the process of really creating legacy for my children and folks that come after, right? So as you think about what we as elders, I am kind of an elder, me not tell una my age, but he's a little older than she. So what is it that you think we could do to make a transition, right, for you guys easier as Caribbean people in America?
Transition in what sense?
As in, for example, like when I came here, I didn't feel like it was in a welcoming environment for a 16-year-old, right? My parents didn't know the ropes, so I ended up staying back a year because my father didn't understand the nuances of what education in the U.S. looked like, right? I had cousins that told me, make sure you go to a private school, don't go to a public school because you're going to get your butt whipped because you sound different, you look different. My last name is a Chinese last name, so I don't fit anywhere. So I wanted to make sure that anybody that came after me did not do that. So that's one of the reasons the organization that I lead have a Melanin Girls Conference to kind of enhance the strength, the power for young girls from the Caribbean and of Caribbean heritage to understand that you can stand up for your right, you can have a voice, you need to use your voice, and we're here to support you. So what do you think we could do in our position to make life easier for the folks that are coming behind us?
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. What can we do to make it easier for those that are
coming behind us, right?
Good question. I have to think about that a little bit. I don't know.
Like, what would you have wanted somebody to do for you to make life a transition from the Caribbean here a little bit smoother, a little bit easier? I understand from talking to you now that you did have a lot of support.
Yeah.
You know, because we have students. We have a young lady that I introduced you to that she's struggling to find housing because she doesn't understand how that works in America, right? Moving away for school for the summer and then having to find housing before you come back. So she's disenfranchised about, should I really come back to school or should I just stay in Jamaica? You know? So what do you think that we could do or you could do to make it easier for transitions like that? Or you moving from Ipsy to here, if you had found a tribe like us, like we have now, how could that have made the looking for an apartment, the finding the appropriate housing, helping you find a job, make sure that you feel safe and secure when you move there? What could our community do for you?
Well, if I'm thinking through the lens of a individual who's coming here for school or to pursue higher education, I would probably think like an organization where, you know, people who have been here, seasoned people who have been here, who actually went through the process, you know, before, that they would have an organization and probably like be paired with people who are coming into the US from Jamaica.
Got it.
So that they can have like, you know, somebody to assist them because, you know, they've been there, done that, you know, and provide them with resources. Because I feel like a lot of people who travel to a foreign country, doesn't have to be the US, they don't have like the resources or the knowledge on how to navigate. So they find themselves in a pickle most of the times, you know, and they don't know where to start in terms of like where to get a bank account or a phone or a cell phone service. And that can be tricky, you know, not having a phone number or
and
a
nobody
bank
to
account.
trust to help you get the right information, because you know you have some con artists and some rip-off artists who said they might help you and help them to help themselves to your money or whatever else it is.
Yep. So I would probably think if there could be like an organization that specializes in helping people situate themselves in the US, then that would definitely help those who are, you know, traveling here.
So
for
when
the
you
first
came
time.
here, did you look for a Caribbean organization, or that wasn't even in your purview?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking too, just the concept of how does, for example, my organization, the Caribbean Community Service Center, how do we present ourselves in spaces like that for Caribbean students to know that if they need support, if they need advice, if they need a welcoming space, if they need somebody to kind of hold their hands to get them situated in a place, how could we best market to you guys?
So definitely, if you could probably reach out to schools,
The universities.
Universities, yep, for one, or even schools in Jamaica, like those who are in the 12th grade, you know, ready to go to college overseas. Like if we could find people to pair them with, you know, as like support, you know, like what to do or checklist, what to do before you go to the United States, what to do when you're in the United States, what to get a bank account, a phone number, what cell service to go with, and don't go with Verizon. It's too expensive. So probably like Mint Mobile, like those little things they will definitely
survival mechanisms.
benefit from for sure.
That makes a lot of sense. So now I'm going to take that back to our education development group and see how we can start fostering relationships, right, with CARICOM itself, with some of the to get almost in the higher education system to figure out how do we now make ourselves more visible for folks that are coming to the U.S. in our area, that we can at least offer them a package.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This is what you should do. Check out this. And if you need any help, email the SMADIAR, call the SMADIAR, text the SMADIAR.
Exactly.
So that I like that a lot.
Yes, they will definitely benefit from it,
I like that a
especially
lot.
the ones who don't have any family in the U.S.
Right.
at all. So
And there's a lot of y'all.
they don't have nobody.
As we travel down this road, I realize how many of y'all that it is, and just how resilient you guys are to make it work the best that you can make it work till you find, your footing or your grounding, And that's one of the reasons that I make sure we share stories like this, because you never know who needs to hear it.
Yeah.
That's being discouraged or not understanding what their next step is. So your story will help them. So thank you so much for sharing.
Absolutely.
I wanted now to kind of ask you to really express to our audience how we can support you. If you mentioned TikTok earlier. I'm going to see you upon TikTok. So if there is something that you're doing that you would like our support with, or the Ola way support with, whether it's to follow you on your socials, you can tell us a little bit about some of the work that you're doing, some of your hopes and dreams and aspirations for the future, whether it's short term or long term. And then tell us how we can reach out to you, IG, TikTok. I don't know if you still do Facebook, you're young, there's only old people that on Facebook. So if you could take that opportunity now to kind of big up yourself, and then we can close out after.
Yes, so I have social media. I'm on Instagram primarily. My Instagram is my first name, Safeya, a full stop and an underscore. And then my TikTok is my first name, Safeya, and then W at the end. Regarding support outside of social media, I am currently right now in Next Up 313 entrepreneurship program right now. So I'm trying my best right now to get foster networking relationships with people to help me transition into a different career right now. It would definitely help if there's anyone I could connect with. I'm interested in real estate, economic development. Just want to really pivot my career at this point in time. That's my main focus, pivoting into my career.
So what did you go to school for?
I went to school for economics.
Okay, so you can actually go into politics too.
I could go into politics, yes.
Have you paired yourself with any of the, because it's election time, right? So have you paired yourself with any of the campaigns that are going on to kind of learn and understand how through on-the-job kind of training, right? Because they typically don't pay for that. It's a volunteer thing where you can door knock or find out what a candidate is about and do candidate forums or something like that to educate people that can actually vote. Have you thought about doing any of that?
I've never.
Okay, so I'm going to link you with 2 campaigns that I'm aware of that I know they need help with, like phone banking, door knocking, those kinds of things. And it would also give you a network too with the candidates.
Okay.
So you can see how they maneuver the space, and if there's events you can go and network and those kinds of things. So remind me after we close out today to give you one person's name in particular. Did you ever sit with Yelena?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so Yelena is one and Robert Chimkowski is another one.
Okay.
And she's working on one campaign and Robert is working on another
Is
campaign.
Robert the guy who was at the business networking event and he helped?
The white guy?
Oh, no.
No,
And
not
I
a one day.
okay.
No, one different one.
All right.
He's one of our directors, actually.
Okay.
But he works on campaigns all year round, door knocking and those kinds of things. But the campaign that he's working on, I think it's one that I want you to see how they operate.
All right.
Because it will build a network for you like nobody's business. So just remind me when we turn the camera off, forget to people them information.
All right.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to close out. Thank you again so much for sticking and staying with us to the end. We ask that you share her story, this beautiful young lady from Jamaica. You share her story. You also, if there's opportunities for you to connect with her, to assist her as she has asked, I would encourage you to do so. And stay for our next story that's coming up. Me not telling you is who. You have to show back up again. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our stories, share our stories, and leave some very positive comments. We're also looking for additional person to interview here in Metro Detroit, but I will travel for stories if need be. So you can reach out to me at watchusgrowmi@gmail.com. And until next time, peace.
Every day I wake up with choices in my hand. I shape the way I move, I choose where I will stand. I don't wait for others to guide what I should do. I lead myself with purpose, with discipline and truth. I lead myself well, my actions show my